What's going on, guys? Scotty Taylor here with Flat Track Flashback, and we are joined today very specially, the AFT Singles champ, 2 times in a row, Kody Kopp. Kody, thanks for talking with us today.
Yeah, of course. Excited to be up here in South Carolina doing a little riding this weekend.
Right on. How important is it for you to get these starts before the season at some of these outlaw races and kind of get accustomed to the bike before the season starts?
It's super crucial. Like with the team going south and me having to run my own program this year, this is similar bike, but a lot of different changes we're trying this year with Wally Brown, and gotta get some seat time on it, make sure everything's gonna run right, and come out swinging at Daytona.
You mentioned stepping over here with Wally Brown now, new bike, obviously last 2 years with factory KTM.
Yep.
What has life been like for you since transitioning into this? What are the responsibilities? What's kind of been day-to-day like for you with this new team?
Yeah, it's been a whole new journey to go down, to say the least. Like every day of the week, I'm doing something to make our team better that I'm trying to build with Dad and I. And whether it's me designing team shirts at night when we're sitting on the couch at the house, or making phone calls trying to get oil sponsors, something like that. It's good though, and I'm really excited for what it's opened doors wise. I'm thankful for KTM and what they've stepped up with bikes and stuff this year with support, and I'm excited to stay on orange.
Talk about staying on orange. Now, I don't know if you know this, since switching from the Honda your rookie year
Yep.
to the KTMs, you've never finished outside the top 10 at an AFT event.
Yep.
You've won 15 races. You've actually never trailed in points
Yep.
with the singles class. What makes these KTMs so good for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to hear those stats. I've looked at them a couple times, but yeah, I mean, the never trailing in points thing's kind of crazy. Winning both season openers is it's what you want to do. You want to. I mean, we don't get to run red plates in AFT, but basically having the red plate essentially my last 2 years on KTM has been huge mentally. Get to kind of come into the weekend with a little more confidence each weekend, and I don't know. I'd say it's just these things just work so well on flat track. I think they're just accustomed to wanting to be stepped out a little bit, like my style, and the Honda might be more wheels in line, and it suits certain riders like, say, Trent Lowe and them, who like their wheels in line a little more. But if you watch videos, I'm pretty loose, so it kind of allows me to be loose on the bike.
Now, being able to be loose on the bike, I mean, just feeling comfortable with that, you're able to have so much success on short tracks, half miles, miles. Is there anything that you feel like is like your wheelhouse? I mean, for some riders, we feel like at them as mile specialists, TT specialists, but you seem to just be, I mean, every weekend we show up and we're like, yeah, Kody can win this week. I mean,
well, we still haven't got that TT win. We were close at Peoria and then smoked a clutch leading it. So, I don't know. I think it's just, I like the half miles a lot. I'd say that's my kind of forte, just most wins on that. But I just really like just when they're prepped right with AFT. We've had a couple where it's more true wheels in line half mile, and I've still snuck out some wins there. But when it's a little inconsistent, anything a little rougher, that's what I like to be on. I mean, I grew up riding backyard short tracks at home in Washington, and we didn't have any equipment to prep tracks, so we just rode it till it was so bad you had to prep it somehow. So the rougher it gets, I mean, if we're on a cushion, I'm going to be 10 times more excited, but I'm still excited to go ride clay every now and then.
good deal. Okay, looking ahead, looking into the season, Tom Drain obviously came on strong after getting his first win. Seemed to be a really formidable foe for you. Is he who you kind of see to be your toughest competition next year? You mentioned Trent Lowe being a threat as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't count anybody out. We haven't even started the year yet, but I'd say looking into it, with Tom Drain being the only one really staying on the same program, I'd say he's kind of got that top persona in a way of our class. Like Trent, even though he's still Turner Racing, he is a little bit different format this year from what I've heard, and not having Bigelow building their moto. So everybody's doing a little bit different thing except Tom, so he's kind of got the head start on us, I would say. And yeah, I mean, I don't count anybody out. Chase is going to be tough with Bigelow, Renshaw on those Honda bikes with Turner, and I mean, the list goes on and on. You got James Ott. I mean, all these kids that are coming up. You have young rookies coming up like Fanders, who just smoked us at the throwdown. So it'll be interesting to say the least. Everybody can sneak out a win here and there. We're just going to try and be as consistent as we can.
You mentioned Fanders, Renshaw, obviously some of the top rookies coming into the class. Being a defending champ, what is some of the advice you would give to guys who are maybe about to make the jump to pro? Some of the amateurs that you see out here today are at throwdown. What would the champ tell these young kids?
I mean, my rookie year, 2021, I was on Hondas, and we were doing all these preseason races like in Pensacola with Robbie Bobby and the throwdown, and for some reason I was really clicking off wins left and right with all the top guys, and I hadn't even gone pro yet. And it's just a different vibe. You get to AFT, and it's a job for these guys, and it's a job for me now, and they take it so much more serious than an outlaw race on the weekends. So it's my first race. I didn't make the main first night, so that was kind of a shot in the foot, and then we started digging from there. So it's just a different vibe. You got to take it one race at a time. Rookie season's just about learning and just be smart. You want to stay on two wheels. You don't want to make any enemies first year. I'd say that.
Going into this year, what obviously expectations when you become the champ are probably to continue to be the champ. You're going for a three-peat, something nobody's done in AFT Singles. So expectations, goals, what's something that has eluded you even that maybe you still want to accomplish while running the singles program?
Yeah, I have a lot of goals. I write down goals preseason, usually January 1st each year, and we try to check them off one by one. Obviously, two championships was great. I wanted to do that to match Dallas, but I want to set my own records now at this point, and we have a couple goals as far as wins in a season. We've matched Dallas with that with 8 and 2 championships back-to-back, but we got a couple new ones we want to maybe check off. Third championship would be great. It's not a necessity before we maybe make the move up to twins, but that's the goal right now. And yeah, maybe a couple more wins would be cool in a season.
The way you see like the landscape of the sport, I mean, obviously so much talent in singles, twins, obviously still coming up. Ultimately, goal is to move to the twins, I assume?
Yeah, I mean, the goal for everybody is to move to premier class, but it just kind of depends on what's going on. I mean, right now for me to move up, there wasn't really anything open rather than building a twin. And I mean, with such short notice of when the KTM team went south, we didn't really have the time to think about that. We just had to go with what we knew. And I still had goals that I wanted to check off, so it was a pretty easy decision for me to stay in the singles. But yeah, at some point I'd like to move up to a twin. Maybe, who knows, if we got the opportunity this year, we don't have a contract that says we don't. So maybe we'll move up for a round or two here and there.
Right on. Kody, we wish you all the best. Thanks for taking time to talk with us.
Thanks, guys.
Guys, watch out for Kody Kopp this year, going for 3 in a row in the AFT Singles class, keeping that #1 plate on this beautiful KTM.